are there any general tips about negotiation that you have, or does it just come down to showing what you can do and that's basically it? Or are there any tricks when it comes to negotiation? Because there are whole books about this topic. And what I often say, for example, is that you should set a high price anchor and then negotiate towards a more reasonable price. But by setting a high anchor, you end up at a higher final price. But when I, for example, get emails about potential sponsorships in my videos, I know, for example, that if I set a high anchor, what often happens is that they just ghost me. There is no negotiation when I go too high. They just don't respond to it anymore. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, the price anchor thing does work. The problem that I've found with the price anchor is when you only provide the high anchor, and this is in my experience, is it just like you're experiencing is people just disappear. They don't reply, they ghost, whatever. So what I have found in my experience is to always provide a range. And now what you can do is you can leave off a lot of the detail. And so let me give you an example. Let's say that you need to do, you're given a spec for a particular app you need to build. And you look at this and you're like, wow, okay, they don't give you all of the details. They never told you that when they mouse over, when someone presses a button, it needs to like animate really weird. Like they never told you that, but it might happen. So what you've encountered all these different things probably when you're developing. There's all different things that can happen. It can be very basic app. So what I'll do is I'll give a range. Say, all right, well, this application could cost anywhere from, it could be, let's just use a round number. It could be anywhere from $1,500 up to $2,600. And the client very often be like, wow, why is there such a wild variance range? Like, well, if you want the very basic bare minimum, well, then it's going to be this $1,500. If you want all the bells and whistles, it's going to be $2,600. Now, what's going to end up happening is the client's going to want the $1,500 one. But what that's done is also set the price anchor. Like, well, we're at $2,600. That's going to be the one with all the bells and whistles. If you want the one that has no analytics, it barely works, I give you the APK file and, wash our hands, we're done with it. That's $1,500. So, and again, these are round numbers. I mean, I have given quotes to clients that have ranged from, hey, this application is going to cost you anywhere from $21,000 up to $54,000. And they're just like, whoa, why is that so wild? And I'm like, well, same thing. You want the very basic bare minimum, minimal feature set that does the bare minimum that your app needs? Or do you want all of those hundreds, all those, 50, 100 screens that you say you absolutely need? Well, if that's the case, that one's going to be $54,000. Which one do you want? And then what usually happens is that opens up the door for negotiation. And I've left off all the details, of course, because I've just said, hey, this app could cost this to this. Depends on what you need. Now communication starts. Like, all right, well, okay, why? What's for the cheap price? What's for the expensive price? Now you're actually going through a negotiation. You're going back and forth. And the same thing would happen, for the sponsorship. I did the same thing for Fragmented. Is when we would have sponsors that would want to come on for Fragmented, which is my podcast with Kaushik. They would say, hey, how much is it for, ads? And it depends on what it was. We'd say be X dollar amount to X dollar amount. Depends on how long you want the ad read to be. Depends on, what you want us to say. Depends on how much creative freedom we're given versus if you want us to read from a script. So there's a bunch of options that could be provided in there. But every time I gave them a range, it allowed me to continue driving that conversation forward. And it usually didn't end up dying. Or if it did, someone would come back saying, oh, wow, even your low number is too high for us. Like, okay, well, then at that point, the conversation's still going. All right, what were you thinking? Oh, I was thinking this dollar amount. Okay, well, for that dollar amount, we'd have to shave off 80% of your feature set, but we could get you the bare minimum. Would that work for you? Like, I'll never give them more and kind of drive my price lower. I'll cut the feature set to match their budget.
Yeah, this is definitely a very interesting strategy by setting a range instead of just setting a high anchor. And I think this is also used in pricing psychology sometimes when you have different plans on a website And then often these smaller plans only exist to bring people to the middle plan often, because the smaller plan is cheap, but the step and the additional features you get make people ignore this one basically. But it leads to a higher conversion overall because it's just a psychology trick. And maybe you have a similar effect when you set a range, because you say, hey, if you really want to pay so little, you can work with me, but you will only get this and this. And then they might think, this is not really enough for me. But they are not scared off because there is a low price that they can look at. And I think I can really imagine overall that this just works better than just setting one high price.
Yeah. It opens the door. It's a very psychological driven approach. You're 100% correct in that. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely also a practice. Because what I learned is you should definitely not set your price too low.
Yeah.
Again, I did a mistake when I worked for $10 per hour, but people are willing to pay more than you expect for a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I have some negotiations regarding sponsorships, and I got accepted for prices where I was first going to go lower than even half the price. But then I talked to some people and how much they charged, and then I went higher with my price, and it worked out. So it's a bit uncomfortable to set a high price, but it's important to not sell yourself too cheap. And sometimes you hear of these people that have ridiculously high freelance prices. For example, like $200-300 per hour. I don't know if that's considered ridiculously high, but it sounds very high to me. Do you think that's something people can really reach when they work on themselves and on their brand and on their portfolio? Or is this completely unrealistic to charge something like $200-300 per hour on a freelance project?
No, it's completely possible. You do have to be the top of your field. You do have to know what you're talking about. You have to have the experience, the social proof that you can deliver on that rate. It's a value proposition. Like, I'm going to pay you this much. What am I getting out of this? So there are many consulting firms, many that charge over $300 an hour in the United States. That, I won't name the companies, but there's tons of them that charge that for, and freelancing and consulting, I'm using synonymous here because you're basically doing project-based work. So it is possible. You just have to be at the top of your field. And what I've found is that as soon as, at least in the United States, when you get above $150 an hour, you have to, it's the potential client base really starts thinning out. So it's really hard to find anyone above that area. Do they exist? Yeah, they do. It just becomes harder to find them. And that's where your network really becomes valuable. The people that you become friends with, the recruiters, the business associates you've made, those things end up paying off with more time and more experience. So you're not going to come out of the gate charging $200-300 an hour, but it is definitely a possibility. If you keep at it long enough, eventually those opportunities will expose themselves.
Okay, so you have to work your way up. That's basically the gist. You should be willing to start, maybe even for free if it's necessary, but it's possible to work your way up.
Yes, definitely. So you're going to be working your way up.